Keeping an eye on your most critical asset, that is data, is an important task. In this video, we will talk about how the Oracle Audit Vault and Database Firewall works like a surveillance camera to monitor and protect against improper access to your most critical asset. Hello, I'm Nazia Zaidi, Product Manager for Oracle Audit Vault and Database Firewall. When it comes to securing your database, there are many questions come to mind like, what are your sensitive data and where is it? Am I following the best practice to configure my Oracle database securely? Do you know what your privileged users and DBAs are doing? Can you block if there is unauthorized access to your database? After an incident, how quickly can you find out what happened? And are you getting alerts when suspicious activity occurs in your database? How do you support regulatory compliance requirements? These are the essential questions to ask yourself when it comes to your most critical asset. Hackers are interested in your data. They can use many actors like the trusted users through application or even come directly to attack your database. That's why access to data should be monitored and is strongly controlled. This means trust but verify. Oracle Audit Vault and Database Firewall is a powerful tool to provide database activity monitoring and more to secure your critical data. Oracle AVDF helps you to get answers to the questions we raised previously by the 6 most important use cases. Assess database security posture, monitor privileged user activity, block any improper or unauthorized access, understand what happened after an incident so that you can easily take action, alert on any suspicious or unseen activity, and finally, simplify audit of the standard regulatory compliance. AVDF works with not only most databases but also collects audit data from various operating systems and directory services. AVDF helps to discover sensitive data and privileged users for Oracle databases, and you can also extend AVDF to other audit data sources. Now let's look at our first use case. Database security assessments are essential because they help identify security risks that can compromise the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of data. However, conducting thorough and periodic evaluations is frequently challenging. Complex database systems can make it difficult to identify potential vulnerabilities and threats consistently. AVDF introduces Database Security Posture Management with Release Update 9. It provides a fleet-wide, simplified, and centralized view of security configuration assessments for all your Oracle databases, along with the security findings and associated risk. Summarized risk findings help prioritize and guide immediate action on potential risk associated with your Oracle database fleet. Privileged users are very important person or VIPs of your database. With their elevated permissions, they have broad access to your critical data, and that makes them favorite target of database hackers. Oracle AVDF audits and monitors all user activity, including privileged users, and report privileges user access to sensitive data. If a credential sharing like different OS usernames have been used with the same DB username, Oracle AVDF detects such sharing between privileged users. If too many rows have been accessed by privileged users, which is not normal behavior, Oracle AVDF detects those data exfiltration attempts and subsequently reports. Our next use case is to investigate the post-incident impact. Research shows that most incident investigations take months. Reasons are obvious. On any given day, your database is accessed hundreds or thousands of times by different users and applications and generating millions of audit records. Finding a needle in a haystack is a difficult task. With its advanced reporting and policy engine, Oracle AVDF helps you make sense of the massive amounts of activity data, like who did it, what has done, when was it done, and where they came from. You can quickly drill down to the activity of interest with conditional reporting, create actionable reports in a usable format, and start your forensic investigation with reliable data resulting from the impacted system. Having visibility and monitoring activity of your database is important, but at the same time, putting proper control on those activities is also important. Network-based unauthorized and improper access or SQL injection attacks are a common attack vector on your database. Strong policies or checks at the database will help to avoid such attacks. With AVDF, you can monitor all SQL and define a trusted path like from which IP or what user can access what data, and if the condition is not true, then AVDF can block those requests. You can also profile an application's SQL by creating a SQL cluster set to add in your allow list and block deviations. You can keep on training your database firewall engine to what should be allowed and what should be blocked. Early detection of suspicious events or patterns is important because the time of compromise to time of discovery is typically months, and in that delta time, your data continues to exploit it. AVDF proactively alerts you on suspicious activities like too many login failures over a short period or access to extremely sensitive data from outside of the application, or if a user has accessed too many rows in a short period of time. AVDF generates alert with conditions and filters designed to reduce noise of false positives. AVDF integrates with your SIM or log analyzer for enterprise level of support to get a complete view of activity across your infrastructure. And our final use case, to simplify regulatory compliance. Every organization is governed by regulations, controlling how they deal with data. These could be standard compliance requirements like PCI or EU GDPR, or could be regulatory requirements. Supporting these regulations consumes the significant time of the administrator. AVDF provides self-service access to the regulator-specific reports, satisfying most auditor questions without taking administrators' time. You can also modify these reports to suit your local auditor's requirements. With key values like helping organizations clearly understand their security posture for all their Oracle databases in an easy to understand dashboard, to complete 360-degree coverage with network and database activity auditing with near zero false positives based on actual SQL statement parsing, not based on regular expressions, having rich reporting, analytics, and alerting that can be easily extended and integrated with other solutions like SIM, ticketing system, or business analytics solutions like OBI, for almost anything that produces an audit trail, like database, operating system, and even Active Directory, and available on premises as well as in cloud, you can achieve differentiated security with Oracle Audit Vault and Database Firewall. Oracle AVDF provides tons of more features than what we just talked about. To know more about Oracle Audit Vault and Database Firewall, you can visit Database Security homepage. If you want to try out the use cases we just discussed, please visit Live Labs guided workshop.